On Storyboard this week, over 8,500 Honda cities recalled. How does it impact brand Honda? Ahead of the 44th Super Bowl, American advertisers exude confidence. Diesel prepares for its India launch, and the latest value-added service on your phone, comic books. There's a lot of stuff lined up on Storyboard, so let's get straight into our top story. Last Friday, Honda recalled over 600,000 compact cars from around the world. In India, a little over 8,500 Honda cities made in 2007 have been recalled. The company wants to fix a flaw in the power window switches, which in extreme cases may lead to fires. How does a move like this affect brand equity? We'll find out from Jnaneswar Sen, Vice President Marketing, Honda Siel Cars India. Mr. Sen, good to have you on the show. It's fair, I'm guessing, to call this a crisis. What is the role that your team, the marketing team at Honda, has had to face head-on when a situation like this of a recall comes along?
Well, the first thing is effective and efficient communication. The other part of communication, it must be timely. And that's the critical role the marketing function plays during such an event.
Between deciding on a recall and announcing the recall, how long does it take, and what are the things that you at Honda needed to have in place to cope with this?
Well, the time frame of the lead time actually depends from case to case, and so I cannot put an exact figure to it, but once we understand that there is a potential problem, we have to analyze it properly before we come to a decision that a recall is required or not. But once a recall is decided, then speed is of essence. The first thing is that while deciding a recall, if we are able to nip it in the bud, which means we are able to identify a potential problem, then that's a big thing, and that really helps. So for example, what we have done is that, firstly, of course, we informed all of you, the media, so that you're able to communicate with the public at large, and of course through that also to our customers. Apart from this, we have already informed our dealers in great detail what they need to do, what they need to communicate, because a lot of customers or prospective customers would be contacting our dealers as well. And they are prepared to handle most of the queries. In addition to this, you have the call center. They have been properly briefed, and they are addressing calls to our call center quite well. We have our own website where we have kind of given all the details about this case, so that people who are interested to know more and get clarity could get it.
So the dealers play a very critical role, especially in getting in touch with the car owners, I'm guessing. Do they lead the communication with the car owners?
Well, as far as the role of the dealer is concerned, of course, he plays a very critical role. We will communicate directly with our customers, and the dealers would also communicate directly. So it will be a kind of two-pronged direct communication apart from all the other information that has already been given out. However, what happens is when we communicate, it's possible that somebody has been transferred recently, and that data is not updated with us. So in that case, dealer is in a better position to understand or know that there is a customer whose database is possibly not updated at the company level. And the other critical role that they play is that whichever cars are coming in, they're supposed to check. They might be coming in for some routine maintenance or for some general repairs. So they are supposed to check that whether this car is part of that list or not. And then if it is part of that list, then they would automatically make the necessary changes, which is changing of the switch.
It's interesting that Honda has not done any advertising-led communication about the recall. So no open letters to car owners in newspapers and things like that that other brands have done in situations like this in the past. What is the reason that you've not done it, and what are the factors that affect whether or not a company needs to do this?
It's a matter of timing, really. We have done it very proactively. To the best of my knowledge, till now, we haven't had a single case in India. And that's why there is no general panic or a high level of anxiety amongst our customers, because these cars were sold in 2007, and now we're in 2010. So in this intervening period, we haven't faced this problem so far. So for us, it's a potential problem. which may arise in the future if we were to do nothing. The press community has communicated it very effectively over the past few days. So awareness is fairly high. And even people who are not aware, and when they come for routine maintenance, they would get addressed in any case. And that's the reason why we have not yet had to kind of advertise or send out open letters about this issue.
But did you all consider it at all? Was it a consideration, or it is just not come into the picture yet because you don't feel the situation you are in warrants it? For instance, like Nokia did in I think 2007 with the BL5C batteries that it had to recall.
Well, it's not that we were not aware of it or that we don't know if we could do it, but in this particular case, we thought it was not necessary to send out open letters.
Mr. Sen, clearly the trust in Honda as a brand is based on the product, the quality of the product, the intensive testing that the product undergoes before it's made available in dealerships. When an incident like this happens, what is the kind of impact that it has on the brand equity, no matter how well you handle the recall, Mr. Sen?
Well, as far as impact on the brand is concerned, our opinion, and it's not the first time that we are doing it. In the past, since 2007, I think this is the third time we have done it. And globally, there are recalls which happen once in a while by all manufacturers. Our learning from the past two recalls has been that if we are doing it proactively, which means before the potential problem becomes a real problem, if we are able to do it, before the real problem, then the customer feels that, okay, the company is interested in maintaining the quality, durability, reliability, and the safety of the product. And the customer has actually invested lakhs of rupees, in this product and in this brand. So we have to keep that confidence up. So that's why we have always done it proactively, and in our opinion, it has actually helped our brand to some extent.
Oh, it has helped your brand to some extent. One final question, and that is really about the timing of this recall. The one or two instances that have happened, or three instances that have happened, in this current recall, that have prompted the current recall, have happened abroad. And one fatality, which was in South Africa, happened about a year ago. Is there any reason why this recall then has been done globally a year after that particular accident?
Well, the fatality that you speak about, it has not been established that it is because of this reason.
Right.
So it could be one of the possible reasons.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sen. So you're absolutely convinced that the Honda brand emerges stronger when it's confronted with challenges like this one?
Yeah, provided we take timely action and appropriate action.
All right, Mr. Sen, thank you very much for being on Storyboard. And from the challenges before one auto major to a new commercial for another. On Shot Spot this week, Lyndy Stout has the latest ad for the Volkswagen Polo made by DDB Barcelona. Let's take a look.
Oh God, it's red.
Hey, you. So what's that red thing outside, huh?
It's the new Polo.
Polo?
It's cool, isn't it?
Oh. Cool? We'll just have to see about that.
She ran away, spin around. Sometimes she make me feel confused. I don't know what to do with her. I guess I better slow down. Rumbaloo, a rumbaloo.
This has got to be one of my favorites. And it's Volkswagen again, the brand that has creativity built into its global DNA. This one is out of DDB Barcelona in Spain.
That's the sassy Polo. Let's take a commercial break, but ahead on the show, the most expensive sporting property in the world, the American Super Bowl, and how it's doing in an economy trying to claw itself out of a recession.